Scottie Pippen states MJ used the Last Dance documentary to outshine LeBron James. I was simply a prop. Time heals all wounds, right? Well, not for Scottie Pippen, because he's still going off on Michael Jordan over the Last Dance documentary, claiming the Bulls legend used the series as propaganda to prove he's better than LeBron James. Pippen, who's been outspoken against the mega popular Netflix show, is crapping all over it once again in his upcoming memoir, Unguarded, saying MJ was so worried about younger fans calling LeBron the GOAT, he decided to release the multi-part series to show off his greatness. Michael was determined to prove to the current generation of fans that he was larger than life during his day and still larger than LeBron James, the player many consider his equal, if not superior, Scottie said in the excerpt published by GQ. Pippen criticized MJ for making the doc all about himself, essentially discrediting the role that Scottie and the other Bulls players had in winning so many championships. Scottie Pippen said they glorified Michael Jordan while not giving nearly enough praise to me and my proud teammates. Even in the second episode, which focused for a while on my difficult upbringing and unlikely path to the NBA, the narrative returned to MJ and his determination to win. I was nothing more than a prop. His so-called best teammate of all time, that's what MJ called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried. Pippen also says there's a reason why The Last Dance put so much emphasis on MJ, saying Michael deserved a large portion of the blame for the team breaking up after their sixth championship. The producers had granted Jordan final editorial control. The documentary couldn't have been released otherwise. He was the leading man and the director of The Last Dance. Pippen previously said he's directly addressed MJ over his beef, but it's clear he's not ready to let this one go. There have been minor rumblings on Pippen's frustrations about The Last Dance over the following months, but Scottie Pippen was finally able to unload all of his frustrations in his upcoming book, due to be released November 9th, entitled Unguarded. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about Scottie Pippen's take on Michael Jordan and The Last Dance. We've been hearing grumblings in the past that this documentary was just simply aired and used at a specific time. Primarily, it was aired around the time that LeBron was winning his fourth championship. And a lot of people felt that this documentary was used to kind of combat the narrative that he was the GOAT, as many young fans of this generation seem to believe. You guys, let me know what you think about this. This is a take. This is not just a take coming from, let's say, for example, like a Stephen A. Smith, a media figurehead who a lot of people like to criticize. This is not coming from a Jason Whitlock, even a reporter who was close to the Bulls. This is coming from Michael Jordan's right-hand man. This guy won 6 championships with Michael Jordan. Is what he's saying, are some of these statements. These are very damning statements. Do you believe that they hold some credence, or do you guys believe this is complete jealousy on Scottie Pippen's part for how much credit we've given Michael Jordan over the years for those 6 championships? A lot of people, when we have these conversations about who is the GOAT of the NBA, a lot of people allude to Jordan as 6-0. But when we talk about Scottie Pippen, and we talk about where does he fall, in these all-time rankings, no one really gives Pippen the 6-0 logic, the argument that they give Michael Jordan. A lot of people say, well, it was just Jordan. It was just Jordan. So I think there is a bit of unbalance there. I can understand where Pippen's frustrations come from, but there is a narrative out there that it was just Jordan that made the 6-0 happen. And a lot of the other guys like Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, is made to seem as if they were just along for the ride, when all of these guys, I believe, played an integral part in Jordan winning these championships. We saw the struggles that Jordan had before these guys came to the team. Jordan obviously couldn't do it by himself, and when he gets the team, these other guys are now not getting the credit that they deserve. seems that Jordan's getting all the credit, and obviously he's at the pinnacle. He's at that 1 or 2 spot for most people. LeBron James is right there on the threshold, knocking on the door. For some people, they have LeBron James as surpassing MJ. But again, there's a lot to discuss here. When we go live, we're going to be live. This is going to be one of the topics that we talk about. And when this book drops on November 9th, we'll also, we'll be getting a copy of the book. We'll be discussing it on the live, and we can really kind of break down some of Scottie Pippen's takes on not just Michael Jordan during the time that they played together, but then his take on The Last Dance and what he feels the documentary was aimed to do. I mean, a lot of people thought the documentary was beautifully put together. I thought it was a great series. But then after it was aired, we hear the rumblings from players on that Bulls team. And when we start to hear how disgruntled they were at how the documentary perceived them to be, well, that kind of changes the narrative. So again, make sure you guys are tuning in for all of our live streams. This is going to be one of the main topics the next time we go live. Make sure you guys get your notes together, get your thoughts together, pull up to the live stream and let us know what you think about this particular topic. Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. It's been another great podcast episode. Remember, y'all, we got a lot coming for this channel. 30K subscribers should be here by now. The last time I checked, we were like 6 subs away. So again, salute to you guys for hitting that sub button, sharing the videos, engaging in all the content, and just kind of helping us get through, some of the hate just getting thrown at the channel, the turmoil and all this. Again, we gotta stick to sports. That's the lane that we want to get into. I'm doing my best to stay away from the drama, the so-called beefs, and some of the weird arguments that people are trying to drag us into. So again, we're going to get back to basketball. We're going to keep it sports. We got a lot more coming. Make sure you guys start tuning in. We're going to be doing our FanDuel live picks. So if you're into daily fantasy sports, we're going to be dropping our jewels, our picks for the day. We're going to show you our lineups. And maybe you can take some tips and strategies from that to produce your winning lineups as well. But it's FYF Sports. Been another great podcast episode. We'll be back with more sports and news. But until then, it's FYF Sports. And we out.
Coffee on the beat.